Welcome everyone. Thank you for your time invested in watching this video. These are 5-minute discussions. This is designed for people who just want a little bit more information. It's 5 minutes just to try to understand a particular compliance topic, and we call these insight into compliance. And as the video here that you can see going on demonstrates, our topic this time is going to be on water, specifically the bacteria that grows in water, and what we have as an issue in a pharmaceutical or medical device company where we are dealing with trying to keep things clean. I'm going to go directly into some pictures here to show you some of the things that are found out there. This particular issue right here that you see, incredible. If you look at that, think about that growing inside a product vial. That's fungal growth in there. It was caused by water leaking through a ceiling, puddling on the floor. Operators walked through that water actually into the manufacturing room, and it was transferred into the product and caused some major issues. The dirty bucket there, just cleaning the floor. It's in a clean corridor. Think about this, where that's sitting there for most of a day, just sitting there like that. And you look at the threads on the triclover clamp. They're rusted on there. It's rouge that's built up from water it's left in it while it was just threaded together. That's a problem. And the hose reel, where they clean the room, they clean the hose reel, which is exactly what should be done, but it's wet, it's remaining wet, and it just is a breeding ground for bacteria to be in that area. When you unreel that, going to use that compressed air line, you get it on your hands, your gloves, you start spreading around, it starts getting spread based on just the hose coming out. All sorts of problems can result from that. The wall picture here, there was a mirror on that wall, and water had seeped behind it, and bacteria started growing into the wall itself, causing some major problems. The picture of the tank, that's a bottom of a tank there, you see, and it was cleaned, it looked dry, and it was sealed up. What happened with it though, the water that was in there was vapor, just moisture, it was there. It condensed, went to the bottom, and it caused some problems, and it opened up and the operator saw it, thankfully. This is similar to that. This is a glass vessel. It was washed and put a cap on before it even was dried, and it really condensed water inside it, caused some major problems. This was actually observed during an inspection, and it caused all sorts of problems. Next one is my favorite, cleaning tools. Look at these things. These are the tools that are actually used to clean equipment, clean the room, clean parts, pieces. I probably would not clean my dinner plate with these and eat off of it. So, which is a good rule of thumb. If you had a plate and you wouldn't use one of these things or anything that you use to clean it off and then eat your dinner or lunch off of it, it's probably a good idea to say that you need a different tool. These are well beyond their use life, and some of these aren't even appropriate to be used. The scouring pad is going to do nothing but scratch surfaces. Don't use that. The sponge itself is just a breeding ground for bacteria to grow in. All you're doing is spreading the joy around to part to part to part that comes in. So thinking about what we're dealing with, look at this picture. This is an incredible picture. This is the head of a stick pin. Think about how small that is. Look at how much bacteria can live on that point. Think about how much is on our hands, our face, when we speak, how much is coming out, when we sneeze, laugh, anything like that. Those are all problems that can result in bacteria being spread, which I talk about here. Think about it. If you sneeze or if you speak or you're laughing with people, that spreads the bacteria around. If you're working in a clean environment, certainly that's a problem. Pools of water, wet cardboard. Why do you have cardboard in the area to begin with? It's just a breeding ground. The only thing you could make it worse is if you took the cardboard, got it wet, and you added sugar on it, and just something for this stuff to munch on and grow. It loves it. Get rid of that stuff. make sure you think about what you're doing in your room or your environment in which you work to control the bacteria. You've got to take precautions to understand, what am I doing? How am I cleaning? Why do I do certain things? Keep things as dry as possible. Change your gloves, change your Tyvek suits or your clothing, whatever it is you operate in. Make sure it's clean, dry, and appropriate for what you use. Use the right cleaning agent. I put here 70/30 IPA, just one of many things that can kill bacteria. Whatever you use, make sure that you have it in a procedure and that you properly apply it, and it is allowed to stand for whatever period of time it has to take to stand, and then it kills the bacteria. FDA expectations for equipment when you do this stuff. Number one up front is make sure the equipment is indeed dry. I don't care if you don't take bacteria into consideration, make sure you dry it. Identify how you clean things, having a procedure, having a form. List the tools that you need, how you take it apart, how do you reassemble it? Do you have gaskets in it? Do you truly take it all the way apart? Or do you just take the thing apart only partially? Those are real problems that are out there. You have to think about, what is it that I'm doing? What can I do that doesn't destroy the equipment? And if I have an issue, bring it up to your manager. Make sure they understand that you've got to think and look at this in order to properly clean it. Visual inspection is paramount. When you get finished cleaning it, make sure it is clean. Before you use it, make sure it's clean. Either chemically, dust, dirt, anything like that, or moisture. You can't see the bacteria, but you can certainly see that it's wet, like those pictures that I showed you earlier. That being said, I'm at the end of my 5 minutes. It goes fast. Just look at this, think about what it is that you're doing. If you have any questions, certainly I put my contact information here. Best way to get a hold of me is probably via email. Send something to me and I'll get back to you. If you like this, or if you want anything expanded upon this particular topic or other topics, certainly let me know. We have a host of colleagues that are spread throughout North America, United States, Canada, Mexico, and we've worked all around the world, Asia, Europe, South America. Just let us know. We can come in and help you with whatever it is that you may need. Pretty practical type stuff, and it's meant for people to really learn and get engaged with, not just throwing things at you, but I want you to learn. So that being said, I appreciate your time invested in this. And again, if you have any questions, contact me. That being said, I sign off.